Hey guys, what's up? It is your girl Lock Looney Tune, and I am here to review season 14 of The Biggest Loser Challenge America. It was an awesome 2-day premiere. Each night it was 2 hours long, and it was full of excitement. It was the best. I think this probably will be the best season so far. I had a little, I was a little worried about what they would do with the kids, incorporating the kids into the mix, but they did a good, awesome job with that. So let's get it started. So first I introduced the kids. There's 3 kids ambassadors to weight loss, for childhood obesity. You got Sunny, she's 16 years old. You have Noah, who is adorable. He is 13. And you have Lindsay also. Personally, my favorite is Noah, aka Bingo. He is such a bundle of joy. Has this very positive attitude about going and losing this weight, and just being out there and really getting it in. They team up the kids with their own personal trainers. We see, Jillian come out, Bob come out, and Dovit come out. But when Jillian comes out, oh my gosh, it's so great to see her again, gone after 2 seasons, had 2 babies, and she looks amazing. Like, she looks so awesome. She came out there in her heels, jumped into Bob's arms, and it was just like on and popping. She was ready to get it started. Then we get to meet the contestants, the players, the people that's going to be trying to lose this weight and win this money and stuff. We start to learn about them. So just quickly running down the list of the 15 people that were chosen. You have Michael, Lisa, David, Jackson, TC, Pam, Nathan, Francelina, Danny, Jeff, Gina, Joe, Alex, Cate, and Nikki. Those are all the people. Me personally, when I heard about TC's story was the story that really stood out with me. It was he's 30 years old. His highest weight was 376 pounds. And basically, he was in a car accident. And his son was in the back seat. And he was driving. And at 60 miles an hour, they was in a car accident. And his seat broke. Like, it completely snapped. Hit his son that was sitting in the back seat, totally popped his eyeball from his socket, fractured his skull. It was just a big mess. It made him, that I guess that was his wake up call to say, okay, well, yeah, I need to lose the weight. Something needs to happen. He started feeling really guilty because he figured, hey, if I wasn't so heavy, maybe my seat wouldn't have popped, and maybe my son wouldn't be in a hospital right now, going through surgeries and stuff like that for his, for his skull and things like that. So his story really stood out to me, and I really felt bad for him. So while they were choosing people to come up on stage and getting the 15 keys that they needed to get into the gym, TC just knew he really wanted to get into this house, and they chose him. He was the last person to get picked. I felt very, very happy for him. So moving on, they all get picked. Everybody, get ready to start their first workout. They go and they look at the Biggest Loser gym. It looks amazing. It looks awesome. All of the equipment was provided by Planet Fitness, and they gave each of the contestants a free membership to Planet Fitness, which I think is amazing. Also, when you go into the gym, they saw all the pictures of like previous Biggest Loser winners, their before and after pictures, and I think that was an inspiring touch to the gym. So initially, when everybody goes into the gym, they leave the 3 kids standing outside, and then the trainers, they take turns to train these kids outside as opposed to going in the gym. So David is first up, and he gets to play baseball with the kids. They're running around, they're having a good time. I'm loving it. They're keeping the kids wonderfully active. I liked to see that because the kids are only going to be there for 1 week, and that is what I was worried about. I was worried about them being there for the whole entire time, but now I see that the way that they're doing this is really, really good for the children, and it really inspires, the fight for childhood obesity. Meanwhile, Jillian is in the ranch. She's on the ranch inside that gym in rare form. She is kicking ass. Like, she came back with a vengeance. She is like yelling and screaming and doing everything. I would love to be there. Seriously, would love to be there. But so Jillian is in there like totally kicking ass and taking names, and a whole bunch of mess and craziness is going on. And next thing you know, Nathan falls off the treadmill. He falls off the treadmill. You see him literally just slide completely off. I mean, so craziness going on. People are throwing up, falling down. It's a madhouse in there. And Jillian is like, oh no, we're not going to have that. So what she do? She kicks Nathan out the gym. Yeah, she kicks him out the gym. Say, you can't take it. You need to get up out of here. Then out of nowhere, Jackson, he goes down, completely goes down off the treadmill, and now he's not getting back up. He's not getting back up. He's completely out. Like, they had to call in the medics to come and get Jackson because Jackson was seriously out to lunch. Then David comes back into the gym, switches up with Bob so he can go outside and train the kids. But when David goes into the gym, he is loving what he sees. He's like, oh yeah, I see people falling down. I see people throwing up. Oh yeah, I'm loving this. They don't really show Bob training the kids, but then when Jillian gets out there and she works with them, she actually sits down and talks with the kids and finds out more about their stories, about Lindsay, being wanting to be a cheerleader, or used to be a cheerleader, and now she's not, she's overweight, so she can't do the things like the cheerleaders do and stuff like that. Finds out about Noah and how bad he really wants this, and the fact that he snacks all the time, he sneaks food and stuff like that. Finds out about Sunny, and Sunny, she's 16 years old, so she really is in the dating, trying to get into the dating scene, graduation, prom, stuff like that. And she really wants to fit in with the kids and do the things, but because of her weight, how that goes when you're a teen and you're overweight. You kind of feel a little self-conscious about yourself. Next, we see Cate talking with Nathan about getting kicked out to the gym, and they have a really good heart-to-heart. They talk about it. She lets them know that, hey, we're all going through this. I've been through this, and getting kicked out of the gym. We understand that it's hard for you, but we're gonna have to just it's time for us to get it together and get this done. Next, they have the challenge, which is, the little physical challenge and obstacles that they do on the show. They have the kids involved in this, which is really, really cute. They have them hanging from these little apparatuses in the sky on these little, what you call it, little wire support, whatever it is. They got them hanging from the sky, and they got the ball pit down below. So basically, they have these letters at the top where the kids can see the letters, and the job is for them to tell these contestants where these letters are so they can go find them in the ball pit and run back and transfer it to the next person. In the end, Sunny's team wins that challenge because, each little kid is representing their own team. So Sunny, the 16-year-old, her team wins, and then we say goodbye to the kids because the week has been over. The week is gone, and they'll come back. They're saying that they'll come back and check up on them, and they'll visit the ranch from time to time. But it was a good ride. People enjoyed having them there, and it was a good help. They gave them a bunch of goodies to go out with, exercise equipment, stuff like that. It was just a great ride. Now there is the last chance workout for week 1. Last chance workout, and Jackson is throwing up. He's throwing up again. He's back at it again. But this is what the thing about it is. He's throwing up, but he's not giving up. He's still pushing through this, which is really good. I love to see, people pushing through their struggles and stuff like that. Gina takes the biggest fall on the treadmill. I mean, she goes down. There is like water and everything just flying everywhere. It is like ridiculous. I'm watching this, and then she gets upset. She talks to Bob about the fact that she's the oldest person. I think Gina is like, what, 47? Gina's 47. 47 years old, and she is really struggling with the fact that she's the oldest, and she feels as though that she's the weakest link, and that she'll be going home soon because she's, older than everybody else. And I can totally sympathize with that, and I understand where she's coming from. But Bob tells her, you have to push through this. This is about you, and you have to do it. So, she gets back on the bandwagon and she keeps on pushing. TC and Nate, probably two of the people that struggled the most during during the workout from the beginning. Actually, they were probably two of the people that struggled the most, and in the last chance workout, they totally rocked it. They actually rocked their workout. They had a very bad start, but then they came back really strong. It was amazing how well they did in the end. Next, we have Nikki. Yeah, Nikki. He is 26 years old. Her highest weight was 280 pounds. And Nikki has suffered with, eating disorders, particularly bulimia. She would binge and purge and things like that. And she actually mentioned that she did a whole lot of throwing up. Nikki was really going through it. She was struggling, and Jillian was really giving it to her, and she was really going through it, and then she just fell out of it. And Jillian sat her down and gave her the talk, and the quote unquote door talk. Either it's here, you can either stay here, or you could take the door. Nikki chose the door. Yep. She left the competition. Week 1. Actually, this wasn't even week 1. This was like in the first, 24 hours? 24 hours that they were there. She had just got there and she left. you know, and Bob and Jillian was going back and forth about the whole fact that, you know, she'll be back, she'll be back. Jillian's like, if you're not ready, no. You know what I'm saying? I can't help you if you're not ready. I can't help you do this if you're not ready. You have to be ready in order to do this. And she said that Nikki wasn't ready. And my things and my feelings about this is that I was very upset with that. I was upset with that. It was like 24 hours in. 24 hours in, and you gave up a chance that a lot of people, struggle to get to. People always want to be on The Biggest Loser. I would love to be on The Biggest Loser. I know so many people here in the weight loss community that would love to be on The Biggest Loser, and you squander, an opportunity like that so many other people are desperate, and I mean desperate to get into. It was something that I was just like, man, okay, whatever. I mean, I was upset about that. I felt sad and mad at the same time because they could have really helped her. And that was the sad part about it, that she wasn't ready to make the change, and they could have really helped her out. And the mad part was that she totally just gave up without even making a better effort of it. And I felt as though that she let everybody down. She let Jillian and them down. She let herself down. She let her team down, because now her team is down one person. So later for that, Nikki, holla at you. Now that the last chance workouts are over, we get into the first weigh-in. Very first weigh-in. Then we find out the famous yellow line, that's it. It's a thing of the past. No more yellow line. We now have a red line. A red line. That red line means that the losing team, the person with the lowest body fat percentage on the losing team, automatically goes home. No voting, no nothing. You just below the red line and you're out. I sort of like this, new red line thing simply because it takes the whole alliance factor out of the game. It takes the whole friend basis out of the game. The object is for you to lose the weight, not to make friends. So the voting is done, which I'm so happy about. I hope they keep it this way because so many people were voting for their friends. Like, so many people were voting for, oh, this is my friend, I can't vote her out. Oh, he's my friend, there's no way that I can vote him out. Forget that. If you come below, you know, that lowest body fat percentage, and you guys do not work as a team, so your team will win, so you won't have to worry about that red line, then everything will be okay. You won't have to worry about voting someone out and sitting in a room trying to, go through your emotions and stuff like that. So I think the red line is a good thing for the show. So basically, they do the weigh-ins. I'm going to post, their weigh-ins, their everything, all their information about their starting weights and their weigh-ins down below in the description box. I'm going to post it so you guys can see how everybody in this competition is progressing. So, but all in all, in the end, after everything in this episode, my man TC, he goes home. It was devastating. It was devastating for me just because I really felt for him when I really heard his story about his son. And it just made me feel so bad. I really wanted to see him go far in this competition, but needless to say that TC, he is doing well. He has lost more weight. I don't know exactly what his current weight is now. They mentioned it on the show, but when I saw it, he did lose a considerable amount of weight since he had been on the show. Seeing as though he was only there for like a week, but he has changed his lifestyle. He's now more active, for his son, and he's doing well. Okay, guys, so that is part one, because there will be a part two, because this season premiere was 2 days and each day was 2 hours. So this is part one, and please stay tuned for part two so you guys can find out what happened in yesterday's episode. Alright, guys. So until then, I will holler at you guys later. Peace.